I wanted to announce to you that the world has changed, that a new era has been ushered in, and you didn't even realize it. Nobody's talking about it, so I'm going to talk about it. You see, 10, 20 years ago, 50 years ago, there was a specific path you had to life. It was easy to figure out what you should do with your life. There wasn't many options. Sure, you could start your own business as a career, but for the most part, people got a job. They got a pension. They retired at 65 years old, and that was that. They got an RV and traveled around the United States. They spend time with their grandkids. That was like your path. But now the world's much more complicated. Look around you. 20-year-olds are becoming billionaires. People are choosing a different path. They're not necessarily following the path of their parents. Now, why has this happened? Well, you could say many reasons. You could say technology. You could say the internet, blah, 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 blah. But it's different than that. I'm going to tell you part of what it is that social media has allowed people to have a voice and share with you things that were never talked about in newspapers, in magazines, in universities. Nobody had incentive. Their incentives were not aligned to share that message with you because colleges make a lot of money. The system always makes a lot of money. The system never wants to change. So social media gave people a voice. You may have seen some of my videos, and you may have seen a lot of other influencers' videos. And I'm not just talking about social media influencers in the sense of like, hey, I post selfies and stuff, but I'm talking about people who share their life, who use social media as like a daily diary. And when I first started doing it really in 2013, 2014, there was a lot of like outrage because people don't like anything that's different than the system. Humans are risk averse. It's one of the 25 cognitive biases of the human brain. When we see something that we're not used to, our first reaction is that something's wrong with it. And so there was opposition. Now there's less so. It's become accepted. People used to say, Tai, what is it that you really do? And I said, well, I've had lots of businesses that have been internet based since I started as an entrepreneur when I was 19 years old. I just didn't have social media to share it. And then all of a sudden, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all of these kind of popped on the scene and you could share your message. But what I want to share with you is not really my story even. That's not the point of this. Here's what I want to share with you. There are specific things you can do outside of the societal system, like Matrix, red pill, blue pill. Which pill do you choose? I want to share with you the path that I chose and that now millions of people have chosen. And that is to take your destiny into your own hands. Now, when I say destiny, what I mean is start with financial destiny. You fix your finances and you can figure out lots of other things. Health, wealth, love, happiness, the 4 pillars of the good life. Wealth is kind of the foundation. I'm not saying you have to be wealthy like a millionaire or a billionaire. What I'm saying is you have to have that foundational base so that you can think, so that you can breathe, so that you have extra money in the bank each month, it going up, not going down. When it's always going down, you'll be in stress and panic mode, fight or flight mode. Your adrenaline goes up, your cortisol, your stress hormones go up, and you can't think straight. And so what I found changed my life in this new paradigm was that I didn't have to wait. I didn't have to go through a system. I'm a college dropout. I have nothing against college. My business partner got a PhD, but it's not a necessity for most occupations. Some it is if you want to be a doctor or lawyer. So what I'm announcing to you is that there's another path where you take things a little more in your own hands, because remember this, nobody loves you like you. Even your parents only have 50% of your DNA. Nobody will take care of you as well as you can work on taking care of yourself. But you will need other people helping you. You will need mentors. You will need smart people speaking into your life, sharing. You will not do it on your own, but you must be the leader. Jocko Willink's book, Extreme Ownership, he talks about this. He goes, you're the leader. You must grab control and reins of your life. So if you wait for the college degree and think that I have this piece of paper and now I'm entitled to an income, no, that ship sailed. That ship sailed 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Now people come out with college degrees and very often cannot find any job because they're waiting for somebody else to fix their financial future. So here's what I suggest. Learn some practical, modern, by the way, skills. It's okay if you learn plumbing or how to build a house and grow your own food, all that old school stuff. That's great, maybe as a hobby. But learn some modern skill. What are modern skills? Anything internet based. Everything's going internet based. And Any business that won't go online is disappearing. Toys R Us has disappeared. Sears has disappeared. American Apparel has it. Everything that doesn't catch this new train of how money is being made falls by the wayside. And the good news for you is because social media, that I can reach you and other people can reach you, I can share with you, though, like, oh, it's working. I've seen my income go up from $0 a month to $100 a month to $1,000 a month. I'm talking about online, to $10,000 to $100,000. I remember making $1 million a month. I remember making $1 million a week. Businesses can do that for you. They don't necessarily need to do that, and most people won't reach that level. But you don't need to. What if you can make an extra $100 online, an extra $1,000? So here's what I want to share with you: a very specific skill